Hola, hello, good morning. Welcome to your Ishka Kankueb yoga class. Today is 3E, the energy of the spiritual path. And in the three way, the number 3 is about to reach to have the possibility to develop our spiritual path. Then, because it's an air energy, then today we will practice the asanas with breathing, and in the end of the class, we will do a mantra sadhana with the Pranayama. Okay, then let's begin. Please cross your legs in Swastikasana. Maybe if not, do it in any posture that can be comfortable for you. Then, if you perform Swastikasana, please align your heels with your belly button, turning your soles to look to the ceiling. And remove your gluteus and your thighs from the low part of your pelvis, or this part of your pelvis that is in contact with the ground, to have a better and direct and clearer contact between your sit bones, your hip joints with the ground. And support your wrists, hands, or forearms on your knees. With your hands, perform Gyan Mudra. That means that you will fold your index fingers below your thumbs. Close your eyes. When you just close, the first that you will do is to bring your awareness to your pelvis. That is your gravity center. It is the center of your biomechanics, the biomechanical connection with the rest of your body. From your pelvis, you control your spine, and when you are in your legs and your feet, you produces the balance. You control the balance of your body from your pelvis. That now that you are sitting in meditation posture, you bring your attention to your pelvis to release all the muscles around, and mainly the muscles of the lower abdomen. Then feel that you are releasing and inflating the lower abdomen in a way that you are, without any effort, connecting the pelvis. It's something that you are grabbing your pelvis with your awareness. And then move your iliac crest forward, performing with your pelvis and anterior pelvic tilt, and lengthening your spine from this pelvic attitude, lengthening your spine towards the ceiling. Yeah, your spine and your back will become more straight if you do it from your pelvis. Then bring your attention to your legs and feel the support, the contact of your legs on the floor through your mat. Release the contact of the ankles and the outer edges of your feet. Release the contact and support of your legs. And if you feel some space between your legs and the ground, then assume that you can release that space. Also release the support of your sit bones on the floor. Then observe all the complete contacts of your body with the ground, and deepening in this relaxation of that support. Now release the abdomen, the chest, the back, the low back, the medium back, the high back, the shoulders, the arms, the hands and fingers. Feel and release the neck and throat, the deep part of your mouth, close to your throat. Now feel and release your complete mouth, your palate, your gums and teeth. Your lips, your jaws, all your face, your eyes, your complete scalp, the skull, all the head, and again your complete body. And connect the complete breathing. Each time you inhale, inflate your whole trunk, feeling that you're expanding your whole trunk, your muscles with the inhalation, feeling that you are filling up of air, of breathing, that part of your body that is between your pelvis and your shoulders and the base of your neck, of your throat. And when you exhale, you release it. Then each time that you inhale, you will move, you will expand your trunk to the front, to the back, and to the sides, to the ground, and in the direction of the head. That means that without any effort, you are lengthening towards the ceiling, your spine, and your trunk in general with the inhalation. Pushing or pressing a little bit the ground with your pelvis. And when you exhale, you release all the muscles, letting your back in the same position but released. And it's not because you tense your muscle with the inhalation, it's because you expand, you activate your muscles to expand all your trunk in all the directions when you inhale. And now begin to do the same, but only with the space of your pelvis. When you inhale, inflate only your pelvis. And when you exhale, you release the air from your pelvis, releasing the muscles of your pelvis. With the inhalation, you feel that you are lengthening the muscles around your pelvis. And when you exhale, you release it. Then feel that with that sensation of inflating the pelvis, you are also inflating and in some way pushing out or expanding the hip joints, the space of the hip joints. And if the most aware you are, you can be more precise in the sensation of expanding the space on your hip joints. Then each time you inhale, expand the pelvis. And now, stop that and begin to do it with your waist, your abdominal belt. Release your pelvis and now breathe with your abdomen, your lumbar zone and your waist, expanding it with the inhalation and releasing it with the exhalation. Then don't try to limitate or to put a limit in the level of expansion of your abdominal belt. Don't force, but don't block. Let that the most of quantity of muscle that you can connect for the inflation of the abdominal belt, they move, they expand with the inhalation. Feel how that inhalation can intervene in the sensation of the lumbar vertex, pushing them backward, lengthening the lumbar vertex to the ceiling or in the direction of the head, upward. And now stop that and breathe with your thoracic belt, all your thorax, your rib cage. When you inhale, inflate the chest to the front, the back backward, and the ribs to the sides, to the arms. But also includes the highest part of your trunk, the shoulders, the base of your shoulders. Then with each inhalation, inflate your ribs, your rib cage, your shoulders. And when you exhale, you deflate it. In each inhalation, you expand your rib cage in all the directions. And this will be the IKY Drishti, today's IKY Drishti. Okay, and now at the same time, inflate the three parts of your trunk: pelvis, abdominal belt, then the pelvic belt, the abdominal belt, and the thoracic belt at the same time. And while smile with your face and lips. And when you exhale, smile with the three parts, the three spaces at the same time, with the pelvis, the abdomen, and the chest. If it is not so easy for you to smile with the three parts at the same time, then smile only from your chest. Then feel that smile that comes with the exhalation from each one of the three parts or only from your chest produces a vibration, causes a vibration. And stop that. Observe your sensations. And prepare to repeat, to pronounce the Om mantra 3 times. The first vibration of the Om mantra will happen on your pelvic belt inside in the inner space of the pelvis. The second Om will happen in the inner space of the abdominal belt, and the third Om in the inner space or from the inner space of the thoracic cage on your chest, on your heart. Then first Om from the pelvis. Inhale. Second Om from the abdominal belt. Inhale. turn on from the inner space of your chest. Inhale. And continue feeling the vibration happening in that three spaces: pelvis, abdominal belt, and chest. And begin with the first kankueb. Inhale very deep, inflating the abdominal belt. Then in this way, open the chest and lift the head. And exhaling, deflate the abdominal belt. And feel that this is that produces that your back gets round and your chest emerges and the head bends. And inhale again from your abdominal belt, moving that ball of air forward to open the chest and lift the head. And exhaling, contract the abdominal belt. Of course, you will do emphasis in the expansion of the abdomen forward, but feel the power of the breathing there, the power of the use of the muscles of the breathing there in the abdominal belt. And now do it from the thoracic belt, from your ribs. The first kankueb from the expansion of your chest. If for you it's not so easy or not so clear to use all the space of the belt, of the thoracic belt, to expand it, to move for the first kankueb, then do it only from the front of your chest. Then begin with ujjayi pranayama. The breath that sounds because you close a little bit your glottis. And now stop that, the movement continues, but stop the breathing from your chest and begin to breathe with your pelvis. And feel that is the expansion of your pelvis with the inhalation that produces the movement of the anterior and posterior pelvic tilt. Expansion and releasing or contraction of the muscles of the pelvis for breathing produces the movement of the pelvis forward and backward for the first kankueb. Next time you exhale, stop that and go to the mermaid posture. Virabhadrasana, supporting your left hand on the floor, bringing your right foot backward close to the pelvis and supporting your right hand on your right thigh. Give the weight to your left arm, the weight of your trunk. And inhaling, do a circle upward with your head through the left and downward through the right in a circle. And continue using the movement from the pelvis with the breath from the pelvis. Then when you inhale, you expand, you inflate your pelvis to move in the second kankueb. Feel that the movement comes from your pelvis. From your pelvis, you move, you expand your trunk in a way that the head will do that circle with the inhalation and with the exhalation. Remember the ujjayi pranayama. And now begin to coordinate that when you begin to lift the head through the left, it's because you're expanding the pelvis, and after the abdominal belt, and finally the thoracic belt towards your shoulders. And when you exhale, and you bring the head downward through the right, you are emerging the chest, and after contracting and releasing the abdominal belt, and finally you release the pelvis, the pelvic belt. Then you are moving your awareness through the breath between that three spaces: pelvis, abdominal belt, thoracic belt, or ribcage. Downward with the inhalation, upward with the inhalation, downward with the exhalation. And next time you inhale, lifting your head towards the left, keep there in and come back. Stay there and expand more, a little bit more, your trunk. And without breathing, then you release it, or you contract it a little bit, and you expand it, and you release it. And exhale, moving your head downward. Stop the practice through this side and change. Bring your right foot forward, the left foot backward, and your right hand on the floor, on the ground, to the right. And the left hand supported on the left thigh. Second Kankueb, inflate the pelvis and bring the head upward in a circle through the right, and exhaling with the pelvis, bringing the head downward in a circle through the left. By now, only from the pelvis. The pelvis moves because you breathe, you inflate the pelvis and you deflate the pelvis with the exhalation. We are in Pranayama. Your eyes closed, developing, as we do always in Ishka Kankueb yoga class, a lot of possibilities and capabilities of awareness, control, coordination, empowerment of your different functions from the four elements. Today, from the breath, the coordination of the use, the connection of the muscles of the trunk for the breathing and for the postures. Now begin then to coordinate that when you are inhaling, lifting your head from the right, you inflate first the pelvis, then the abdominal belt, and finally the thoracic cage and shoulders. And when you exhale, bringing the head towards the left down, then you release from up to down. The opposite coordination. In the opposite overturn. Then, the next time you inhale, lifting the head through the right, keep there in and come back up. Then you are in a torsion. Your chest is open. Then with air in, without breathing, expand a little bit more the trunk. Try to do it. And after, or you release, or even you can contract. Try to contract. Expand and contract. This is something that we have been practicing since you did the training with me, the teacher, the instructor, teacher training, the hearing, IKY in Cali. And then exhale, bring your head down to the left, and lift your pelvis. Bring your body and hands forward, and Vajrasana. But you will not stay in Virabhadrasana, you will open your knees in the way that is comfortable for you, and you will support your elbows on the floor. Third Kankueb. Now you will do only from the frontal part of your trunk. Inhale, inflating the frontal part of your pelvis first, the abdomen, the chest, then lift the head. And exhaling, immerse the head, immerse the chest, the abdomen, bring the pelvis backward in a posterior pelvic tilt, bring the head, the top of the head in the direction of the ground, and inhaling, expand the abdomen. I'm sorry, the frontal part of the pelvis, the abdomen, the chest, and lift the head. And exhaling, immersing the head, the chest, the abdomen, and bring the pelvis backward. Third Kankueb. Of course, you are doing a frontal yogic breathing. Then release your legs, release your hip joints. And now do it only from inflating the pelvis. Of course, your abdomen will move, but when you inhale, opening your chest and lifting your head is because you are inflating your pelvis. And you exhale, pushing your chest backward, merging your chest, bending your head, and contracting the muscles of your pelvis to bring the pelvis backward in a posterior pelvic tilt. Then now move from breath from your pelvis. Your pelvis has to be very close to your heels, but will move a little bit forward, and after, when you exhale, backward in the direction of the heels. And next time you exhale, stop. Lift your trunk, close your knees, because your pelvis backward, and go to parvatasana. Join your shoulders in front of your pelvis, and support your hands on your ankles or your shins, your legs, your lower legs. And exhaling, bend your body to the front, forward, and inhaling, do a circle through the right up and throw the left down. Then, when you inhale through the right up, you begin inflating all the pelvic belt, and after the abdominal belt, and in the end, the thoracic belt, including the shoulders. And when you exhale, you do it from releasing also, but from down to up. Then inhaling, pelvic belt, abdominal belt, thoracic belt, And you begin to move to the left down, exhaling from the pelvic belt, the abdominal belt, and the thoracic belt. But you are all the time the most straight that is possible and easy and comfortable for you. Vincent, more than your head is your trunk. The complete trunk. You are moving the trunk, the whole trunk. Even if the movement is little, is with all your trunk. Ujjayi Pranayama. And next time you go up, you stop, and you change the direction of the four Kankueb. Remember that the inhalation through the left is from inflating your pelvis belt, your pelvic belt, your abdominal belt, and your thoracic belt, your rib cage and shoulders. And when you go down from down to up also. Next time you bend your body forward, stop. Support your hands on the ground with your arms lengthened or bend your elbows if it's easy for you. Breathe with your pelvis. In each inhalation, inflate the inner space of your pelvis, forward, backward, and to the sides. Then, because you are doing to the sides, you are inflating also the hip joints. And when you exhale, you release. With the exhalation, you release. And now breath with your abdominal belt, only with the abdominal belt. Of course, the pelvic belt will move, but your awareness is focused on the expansion of the abdominal belt when you inhale and the relaxation of the abdominal belt when you exhale. And then if you feel that you can move your hands forward a little bit more because you become more flexible, do it. And stop that. Give your trunk in the way you want. Lengthen your legs and open your arms through the sides in a kupita. Lift your head, smile to the heaven with your chest and face, and join your palms, bringing down with the exhalation. Bring it down with the exhalation to the front of your chest. Then same Pranayama, throw the Dandasana posture. People that have more experience lengthen your arms upward, and people that has less experience, you only bend the knees and take your feet with your hands, grab, and the other people with the arms lengthened, bend from the pelvis of your body to Paschimottanasana. Then, fifth Kankueb, very little. Bend your head, immerse your chest, exhale, and expand your abdomen, inhaling, open the chest, lift the head, and now bend the body straight, exhaling, immerse the head, immerse the abdomen, immerse the chest, the abdomen, and unroll your body in this way, inhaling. Then opening the abdomen, opening the chest, lifting the head to bend a little bit more again. Then if you want to release your hands, you can move your hands, throw your legs to the fifth Kankueb. Remember that in the fifth Kankueb, you bend with your body straight, exhaling, and you unroll your body, inhaling. Then your body will be up, a little bit up, straight, to bend from the pelvis again in this posture from the pelvis straight with the exhalation. Then when you inhale, try to do it from the pelvic belt after the abdominal belt and the thoracic belt. And when you exhale, you release from the pelvic belt, the abdominal belt, and the thoracic belt also. Try to coordinate from this sensation, from down to up in the inhalation, and from down to up from the exhalation, or with the exhalation. It's not necessary to do a big movement. You can do a very tiny movement. Then next time you unroll your body, release your hands. Put your hands behind your pelvis with your fingers pointing forward. Bend your legs to table posture. Lift your pelvis. You need to point your fingers to the sides because it's not comfortable for your shoulders and wrists to it. And then very little do the sixth Kankueb. Doesn't matter if your pelvis is not too upward. Use your shoulders, your pelvis to help your head. And try to support your head with your shoulders. So don't have any tension on the neck. It's not necessary, it's not important to do a perfect sixth Kankueb. It's only to do the movement between the pelvis and the shoulders. Head will move a little bit, don't force the neck. If you want to move the head a lot, you can do it. Don't do any kind of coordination with the breathing here because it's not easy. But if for you it's easy to discover this coordination, then do it. Then begin to build the pelvis. Each time, a little bit more. And stop. Lift the pelvis the most that is possible, but in a comfortable way for you. Bring the pelvis downward between your hands. Lengthen the left leg, but bend the right leg. The right leg goes to the ground, and with your right soil in contact with the inner part of your left thigh. Then bend your body to hook with your left hand or to grab with your left hand your right foot or to hook the big toe with your index left finger and turn towards the right. your head and your shoulders. Then the left shoulder goes to the right, the right shoulder goes backward. And from there, begin to do the 7 Kankueb. If you can use the breath and this principle of breathing that we have been introducing today, then try to do this coordination between your breath and the 7th Kankueb. Your right hand you can put, or you can use the right hand in the way you want, where it is comfortable or useful to direct your right arm or to support your right hand. Use the 3 spaces, the pelvic belt, the abdominal belt, the thoracic belt, to move. Then stop. Release the left hand and support your right hand on the floor backward, almost in the same line of the left leg, and lengthen the left arm in a diagonal in the same direction of the head. Now that you are doing a line between the leg and the arm, and stay there. With the left index finger below your thumb, perform a mudra, a hasta mudra. And inhaling, inflate the pelvic belt, the abdominal belt, the thoracic belt. Then in this way, feel that you can lengthen the left arm a little bit more in the line of the head. And exhale, releasing the thoracic belt, the abdominal belt, and the pelvic belt. Do it over and over again, from down to up with the inhalation, and from up to down with the exhalation. In the way you can turn a little bit more to the right is better. If you can turn your head, your ribs towards the right, much better. But if it's not easy or comfortable for you, don't do it. Release the left leg, release the left foot. Some of you will lift the left seat bone from the floor, and some of you will keep the left seat bone on the floor. And now you can, with the inhalation, everybody of you can, with the inhalation, lift the left sit bone from the floor. And with the exhalation, support again the left sit bone from the floor. Then your pelvis will rotate, will move in rotation. Ujjayi Pranayama. If you need to bend the right elbow, do it. And next time you exhale, bring back your trunk to the front, lift the right knee, lengthening the right leg, bend the left knee, let the left leg go to the ground, and put in contact the left sole with the inner part of the right thigh. Support your left hand on the floor, turn towards the left, and lift the right arm with the hand in a mudra, in a hasta mudra. Turn the head towards the left, and then with the pelvis in stillness is released. Don't include the movement of the pelvis. You decide if you leave the sit bone or not from the floor, from the ground. Begin to do again this same complete yogic breathing. From the section of the breathing in the trunk, of the breath in the trunk. Inhaling, inflate the pelvis, the abdominal belt, the thoracic belt. Exhaling, release the thoracic belt, the abdominal belt, and the pelvic belt. Do you need to move your left hand backward a little bit more, do it. If you need to bend your left elbow, in some moment when you inhale, do it. Then try to include the most quantity of muscle that you can include in the action of the breath. And now begin to move the right sit bone far from the floor when you inhale and support it on the floor when you exhale. Continue doing the same kind of breathing. Complete yogic breathing. The right leg has to be released. Only the pelvis counts, only the pelvis moves. And with the next exhalation, turn to the front. Lift the left knee. Lengthen the left leg. Support your hands on the floor behind your pelvis with your fingers pointing forward. Open the feet in the same distance of the border of the mat. Extend your feet, pointing with your toes forward. Inhale, expanding the abdomen, the chest to lift the pelvis, and bend the head backward. And the same with the inhalation, the way you can stay in the posture. If you need to rest, bring the pelvis down, and after you will bring the pelvis upward again. Then, in the inhalation, expand the pelvis, the whole pelvis, and after the complete abdominal belt, and in the end, the complete thoracic belt. And with the exhalation, from up to down, release the three parts. Everybody begins with the exhalation of the pelvis downward. Virabhadrasana, Satyananda Yoga, bending your body forward, then join your shoulders, the butterfly posture, and release. Release your body. Then here, inhale, inflating the pelvis, the abdominal belt, the thoracic belt, and exhale, inflating the pelvis, the abdominal belt, and in the end, the thoracic belt. Release the elbows to the ground. Try to coordinate, to make possible the coordination of the muscles in this way. This is a skill that I want to invite you to develop. Develop the capability to control the muscles in the coordination you desire. And now stop that. Then people that has more experience stay there. People that has less experience on roll your body and sit up. People that has more experience connect the pelvis, lengthen your arms, and lift inhaling from expanding your pelvis and your trunk upward to stand up with your trunk. And exhaling, bring your hands in front of your chest, give your knees, lengthen your legs, open your feet, and again, the same posture. Support your hands behind your pelvis with your fingers pointing forward and your toes pointing forward also. And lift the pelvis again. Observe if now is more, is the posture is easier now. And again, do the coordination of the breath. Ujjayi Pranayama. Okay, bring the pelvis downward. Cross your legs and go to mountain posture, parvatasana. Open your fingers. People with more experience can join the feet. People with less experience can let the feet separated in the distance of the shoulders. Then press against the floor the metacarpian bones from jaguar claws. From down to up, inflate the pelvic space, the abdominal belt, and after then the thoracic belt. And exhaling, release the pelvis, the abdominal belt, and in the end the thoracic belt. Then circular complete breath. Okay, then stop that. Bend your knees, support it on the ground, and sit on your heels. Rest. Observe your sensations. Then bend your body backward to support your hands on the floor. Bring your shoulders upward to the head to support your skull and protect your neck. With the front of your body, of your trunk, inhale, inflating first the low abdomen, the front of your pelvis, the abdomen, the complete abdomen, and the chest. Keep the air in. Bring the tongue to the deepest part of your throat, of your mouth, and lift the pelvis. Spread your knees against the floor. And now, without breathing, expand the pelvis. Okay, release the expansion of the pelvis, and exhaling. Bring the pelvis downward, emerging the low abdomen, the complete abdomen, the chest, and sit again. Exhalation. Support your hands on your thighs and rest. Then, if you understand, I will repeat again. We will do this a few more times for a while rest. Okay, support your hands on the floor with your fingers pointing forward. Inhale, expanding the low abdomen, that means the front of your pelvis, the complete abdomen, the chest, then the head is hanging back. Keep the air in. Lift the pelvis, press the knees against the floor, and expand the pelvis. Feel that you are expanding the muscles of your pelvis. Tongue to the subpalatal, deep casually movement. And exhaling, releasing the pelvis, bring the pelvis downward. Contract with the abdomen, merge it in the chest to lift your trunk and sit up again on your heels. Observe your sensations. Release. Last time, bring your hands downward behind your pelvis with your finger pointing forward. Inhale, inflating the low abdomen, the whole abdomen, the chest, then the head backward. Keep there in and Kumbhaka, pressing the knees against the floor, lift the pelvis, and expand the pelvis. If you expand the pelvis, you will feel that you will block your legs, and then you will block the posture. The tongue in the precatory movement. And exhaling, release the pelvis, bring the pelvis downward. Contract the abdomen, back to the chest, and sit up again, and sit again, sorry. With your hands support on your thighs. Rest. Can inhaling, arms through the sides. Smile to the heaven with your chest and face. And exhaling, bring the hands with the palms together in front of your chest. Go again to parvatasana, mountain posture. Some of you with the feet together, some of you with the feet separated at the distance of the shoulder. Then the bicycles, some bicycles. To release the ankles, move the pelvis, and stop. Okay, stretch your legs, but not too much. Then don't overextend your knees. Don't push the knees backward. Keep it kind of bent. And bring the pelvis backward and upward. And begin to breathe only with your pelvis. In each inhalation, inflate your pelvis. And feel that with each inflation, you pushes with that air the seat bounce upward and backward. And when you exhale, you release it. And because you are pushing with the inhalation and the inflation of the pelvis, you are pushing the seat bones upward and backward. You feel that that force goes through your legs to push your heels towards the ground. Remember the hands in jaguar pose. When you need to rest, finish the posture, bring your knees to the ground, and if you want to continue, this is easy for you, comfortable, still comfortable for you, continue the posture today. And stop that. Jump with your feet, your hands, to please down forward. Okay. Hook your big toes with your index finger, straight your back, straight your arms, lift your head, aligning your neck, your cervical vertebrae with the rest of your spine. And now, breath with your thoracic belt. Inhale, inflating the thoracic belt. Exhale, releasing it. Open your toes, support it on the floor in a clear way. Then, next time you inhale, inflating first your thoracic belt and after the abdominal belt, and in the end, you finish the inhalation inflating the pelvic belt, and in this way you pushes, lengthening a little bit more your leg to push your feet against the floor. And you release the air from down to up. Release the legs, release the pelvis, the abdominal belt, and the thoracic belt. Then I insist, I repeat, in the inhalation, inflate the thoracic belt, the abdominal belt, the pelvic belt, pushing the legs against the floor, the feet against the floor, and exhaling, release it from the pelvis and after the abdominal belt and after the thoracic belt. Then you release the pushing of your feet against the floor. Now release the big toes. Leave a little bit more your trunk, lengthening your fingers without touching the floor. Distribute the weight between heels and toes in the complete soil of your feet and continue doing the same. But now, change and do it from down to up. Inhaling, inflate the pelvis. Then you push your legs against the floor, inflate the abdominal belt, and in the end, the thoracic belt. And exhaling, do it from down up to down. Okay. And from your pelvis, inhale, lifting your trunk straight and open your arms in a Kukulkan inhale. Open your eyes, use your palms, and exhale, bring your palms in front of your chest. Give the weight to the right leg, open your toes, and bend your left knee to bring the left foot to the right thigh in Virabhadrasana posture. And then lengthen your arms in the diagonal to the ground, pointing to the floor, with your hands in Gyan Mudra. Then in the fingers below your thumbs and the palms toward the front. Then, by yourself, trying to find out which kind of breath will help you to stay in that posture more stable. Of course, while you try to find out that, you will have the risk to lose your balance. But you can try. What happens when you expand the abdominal belt? What happens when you expand the thoracic belt? What happens if you do it from the pelvis? What happens if you coordinate the movement between one and the other one? Smile with your lips a little bit. Don't keep a tense face. And exhaling, join your palms in Pranayama in front of your chest, bring the left knee forward and go to Kakasana. Some of you that can interlace your fingers behind your back, do it. And the other people can support your hands on the floor in a kapalbhati. And come back, upward, as low as that is possible for you. Join your feet and Kukulkan, smiling to the heaven with your chest and face. Open your left toes to support it on the floor while you bring the hands down to your chest. And give the weight to the left leg to bend the right leg and Virabhadrasana. Then lengthen the arms in a diagonal in the direction to the ground with your hands in Gyan Mudra. And use the kind of breath that you want. Smile. Sweet face, sweet attitude. Ujjayi Pranayama. Exhaling on your palms in front of your chest, bring the right knee forward, and Bakasana. Some of you that before you support your hands on the floor, then you can keep now your arms, trying to keep your arms on the air or lengthening in the same direction of the pelvis, upward to the ceiling, with your fingers in a mudra. Just try. And if you lose the balance, then you immediately support your hands in a kapalbhati on the floor. And come back. Bring your feet together. Straight opening your arms in a kukulka. Smile to the heaven with your chest and face. Bring the palms in front of your chest. Then move to the frontal part of your mat. And inhaling, sit in mommy. And exhaling, roll backward. Transfer one shoulder to be on your knees. Kukulkan, inhale. Smile again. And bring the hands in front of your chest. Interlace your fingers as sirsasana. Supporting your head on the floor. Put your head between your hands. Then lift the knees from the ground. Walk towards you. If you don't know how to stand on your head, then be careful in your house with this. Then you keep your feet on the ground with your pelvis upward. The closest that as is possible for you, your feet. And if you can be in sirsasana with the legs upward, then do that. And begin to breathe with your rib cage. Inhale, reflecting the rib cage, connecting the shoulders, the shoulder blades, and exhale, releasing the rib cage. When you need to go down and rest. And you can try again. Now breath with your abdominal belt. Remember to release the pressure on your neck pushing the forearms against the ground, and lifting your shoulder blades far from the ground. And now breathe with your pelvis. Inhale, inflating your pelvis. Exhale, deflating your pelvis. Okay, open your legs to the sides. And from your pelvis, bring the feet to the ground, to the floor. Or bend your knees to your chest to bring down the legs to the knees. Then, if you arrive to the floor with your feet open, mordasana. Hook your big toes. Open your elbows. And inhale, inflating your pelvis. Exhale, deflating your pelvis. And now support your left hand on the floor with the same distance as your shoulders forward, and lift the right arm to a torsion. Turn the head towards the right. Inhale from down to up. Exhale from up to down. With the inhalation, you can feel that you can turn a little bit more your trunk, deepen the torsion. And with the next exhalation, bring the right hand downward. Walk with your hands between your legs in the attitude to immerse your body between your legs. And bring the right hand onto the floor, to the ground, in the same level of your right shoulder, and turn to the left, lifting the left arm, turning the head to the left. Inhale from down to up, exhale from up to down. With each inhalation that you are turning a little bit more your trunk. Via Pranayama. Deep Gyan Mudra if it's possible for you. And exhaling, bring the left hand downward. And again, walk backward between your legs with your hands. To try to look to the ceiling behind your coccyx, behind your pelvis. Okay. Change. Walk with your hands forward. Join your feet, join your knees, and sit in Virabhadrasana posture. Separate your knees with the pelvis and palm tree. Press your knees against the ground. Inhaling, inflate the pelvis, and exhaling, deflate it. Of course, in each inhalation, you will feel that when you inflate the pelvis, it will push the knees against the floor, and you can lengthen the spine toward the ceiling, releasing the shoulders. Your face is looking forward, not to the ceiling. Don't lift the head. You have to lengthen the cervical vertebrae. Then, if you lift the head, you will bend the vertebrae, the spine backward, and this is not the idea. And exhaling, bring the arms downward and rest on your back in Savasana with your head towards here, towards the screen. Rest. Then observe How are you breathing now? Observe your breath is different now, or at least the awareness of your breath, the connection with your breath, and the connection with your muscles, the muscles of breathing. Then breath in a spontaneous way, in a natural way, but being aware about the movement of the muscles of the breath. Do you have a clearer or deeper connection or awareness or image about that muscles? And each time you exhale, you release more and more your body because you are releasing more and more your muscles that activate before to the inhalation, for the inhalation. It's like in each exhalation you give a complete rest, a complete relaxation to your muscles that get activated for the inhalation before, just before. Then invite the other muscles of your body to accompany the breathing muscles in this rest and relaxation experience. And stop that, prepare to move. And little by little begin to move your body to roll to one side and sit up again in meditation posture. And then let's practice the continuous Om. As I teach you during the trainings, during the workshop, the retreats, then you will repeat the Om without any effort, continuously, in a short way. But don't rush. Find your own rhythm. Inhale. Om, 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 Om. Then continue doing that, but now try to vibrate the sound of the Om in the inner space of your chest. Do it. And now pass the vibration of the Om to the space of your abdominal belt. Do it. And now do it vibrating the Om on your pelvic belt. Do it. Continue doing that, but now translate from your pelvis. Then the vibration happens on your pelvis, but it will pass to your lower limbs and feet. Continue doing that. Then the Om vibrates on the pelvis and from the pelvis downward. Continue. And now pass the vibration again to your rib cage, and from the rib cage to shoulders and arms. Don't stop. Continue. Continue doing that, and the vibration of the Om will begin from your rib cage. Continue and go through your shoulder, arms, even to your hands. And stop and rest. Observe the effects of that mantra sadhana in you. And now you will vibrate the Om, prolonging the vowel, the O. Then the external Om, you will vibrate it in all your head, your neck, your throat, your eyes, your ears. Then inhale. continue doing that at your own rhythm. Don't wait nobody. It's only up to you. And let's finish until the end your last song in this way. And stay there observing your sensations. What do you feel now? Which is your state of awareness? Then, if you are still feeling that vibration in your head and even from your body, try to focus or concentrate this vibration, this sensation in the middle of your brain, in the level of Ajna Chakra. And you will pronounce the inner Om with the M prolonged. Inhale. Do it and try to focus its vibration in Ajna Chakra in the middle of your brain. Then you will feel that the vibration of the inner Om happens in the middle of your brain in Ajna Chakra. Do it. And continue doing that with the idea or the purpose that the vibration of the Om, concentrating in the middle of your brain, in Ajna Chakra, opens the gates to the deepest space of the emptiness and the source of any awareness. It is the vibration of the Om, of the inner Om, that opens that gate to the deepest experience of your being. Then, while that gates are open, your awareness, your being dissolves in the deep space, the deepest space of your mind. And when you finish this last you will stay there still feeling its vibration in silence, in manasi. That means the silence mantra happening in the middle of your brain. And from the middle of your brain, with its gate open to the deepest space of the awareness. And then that vibration dissolves, immerses in the deepest spaces of your awareness. And little by little, begin to bring back your awareness to your physical body and to the reference that you have of yourself, your image, your ego, your personality, your identity that is given from your body as a way to manifest your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas. Then feel your body. Feel its three-dimensional shapes. Feel its contacts and supports on the ground. Externalize to your attention to remember in which place you are located. And listen to the sounds of the environment. Then feel your hands and feet. Connect your breath again. Perform a deep inhalation. And exhale, releasing your body and the pose. Move a little bit. Smile with your face and lips. Join your palms in front of your chest and bend your head, surrendering it to your heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. I hope you have enjoyed this class. Let's meet in the next one. Bye.